So, we are back once again. Last video I got the Platinum in Carmageddon, and since then, nothing else in the background has happened except for a game that I was going to do first for this series, but instead held off on completing it since I wanted to play a racing game at the time. So, for game number 2 that I am tackling off my backlog, I'm completing the PS2 hidden gem, Gitaroo Man. Gitaroo Man is a rhythm game made by INIS, and there is 21 trophies to grab, including the Platinum. Those trophies include mainly 3 types. One's for completing the stages, getting the A rank for the stage with some also getting no misses as well, and finally, finishing a stage in Master Play. Also, since this was a PlayStation Plus classic game, the rewind feature can be used, so it will be used for a good amount during the early stages, so just so you guys know. So without further ado, let's start with stage 1. The first stage, including the tutorial, felt a little off since it was known during the early days of people playing this game on PS5 that there is a little bit of input delay, so it took a bit to get into, but I really enjoyed how the game plays. I did have to rewind a little bit here, but I finished the stage and got the A rank as well. There we go. Nice. After having to rewind a bit, but... Nice. Let's go. Stage 2 had a Eurobeat kind of vibe for the song, which I absolutely loved, not gonna lie, and was pretty easy at the beginning of the song. Then a little after, it got tougher thanks to the delay, and I was still trying to figure out the correct timing for my inputs, but once we finished the song, another stage was done, and an A rank too. Hell yeah, this is cool. Friggin' Eurobeat, hell yeah. Aw, god damn it. Wasn't paying attention. Oh my god. I don't understand, man. I'm fuck. There we go. Jesus. That was annoying, bro. Yeah, it's very, like, finicky sometimes, but we got there. Nice, let's go. Third stage was a very cool track to tackle, but the delay at this point was driving me insane at some points, and I had to rewind quite a bit here, as it did take me some time to do. But after a good amount of time, I was able to get it done. Oh my god. Oh my god. What are we doing? What the GG. That was a cool song despite the many errors I've had. That was hard. You win. Yeah. Nice. The fourth stage was the hardest stage in the entire game, as the difficulty jumped tremendously compared to the first 3 stages, and it was a bunch of fast tapping throughout the entire stage, and it was a struggle to get through these sections. I even had to come back to this weeks later, because for a bit there, I thought it was impossible to do because of the delay, but thanks to my perseverance, I was able to finally get that very difficult section done, and was able to get my 2 trophies for this stage. Bro, I'm gonna lose my shit, bro. This is hard. This is hard. Oh, why is that one so... I hate that that one's so delayed. Oh, I missed one. Ah. Editor Tricky here, and while I was editing, I found out that none of my audio was recorded from stage 4 on, so I apologize for that, so I'll add a little voiceover whenever I can. Stage 4, like I said, was very tough to do, but once I got through the toughest section in probably the entire game, I was able to finish it pretty easily.
You made it!
Fifth stage was a nice change of pace since it was a lot easier than the fourth, and it had a lot of long sections, but I did have some trouble with them since the game was eating my inputs at some points of the game. But I only had to rewind a handful of times, so it was easy to get done.
You win!
Sixth stage, there isn't much to say as it was the easiest so far in the game, and the vibe of the song felt like a love song in a sense. Easy 2 trophies here.
Oh yeah!
Stage 7 was the second hardest behind stage 4, but from this point on, I didn't have to worry about getting a no miss, as the A requirement trophy didn't include the no miss notes in the description of it as well. So thanks to that, I only rewinded a few times since I wanted to get the highest score possible to get the A rank. I really liked the vibe of the song on this stage since it gave off a spooky salsa vibe, and the way the beats were placed kind of resembled it too, and I was really enjoying the song throughout the entire attempt. Definitely up there as one of my favorites from the entire game.
You win!
Stage 8 was on the faster side compared to most of the other stages, which had some hold notes in the beginning and then followed by some tapping throughout. Got the clear in one take with no rewinds, but I ended up having to rewind thanks to getting a B. Went back to the beginning of the stage and just got better timing on the notes and was able to get the A rank. Sure, this took another attempt, but I never really found it difficult as I just really had to clean up on the accuracy of my note hitting and just not miss as much since I didn't have to worry about getting a no miss anymore. Stage 9 pretty much felt like it had 2 songs in one, as the first section was mainly like a battle song, but then it switched up to like a huge guitar solo, and this section was a much easier one. I barely rewinded here as I was just mainly vibing to the solo the entire time, and luckily I was able to get both trophies for this stage too.
You are the true Gitaroo Man.
Then finally stage 10, which was pretty difficult, which had some very light tapping sections as well as the holds. Even rewinded a few times, but I didn't need to do that since I didn't realize I did not need an A rank for this stage. Just needed to complete it and that's it. So I finished the story mode, and now all that's left to do is one stage on master mode, which all I needed to do was complete it, and then the platinum was achieved and Gitaroo Man is done. Pretty much all I did was just load up into mastery mode, play the first stage, and it took just only a few minutes to complete it. Then, like I said, I got my final trophy, which all I needed to do was play the one stage, and then thus I got my platinum trophy, and Gitaroo Man is officially done, and now that is another game done off of my backlog. Gitaroo Man is definitely a hidden gem, as rhythm games are probably my third favorite genre of games behind racing and fighting games, so I'm glad I was able to get this done. I was in the past working on getting all the platinums for the classic games that are on PlayStation Plus, so I can check this one off. I have a few others that are in my backlog, including a game that as of recording this is an ultra rare, so be on the lookout for that. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like, and if you want to know when I upload the next game in this backlog series, subscribe to the channel so you get notified. Thanks again, and this has been Tricky, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Take care.